They're working on a Ford Focus. To be exact, it is a 2007. We will be taking out the steering rack. We got to take out this bolt first. Take that 10 out. And then something I failed to say in the beginning is make sure the wheels are dead straight and the column is locked. Do not want to damage the clock spring in the steering column that works the airbag, the horn, and such. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, take the cap off of the reservoir and drain the reservoir. Doing this job, you're going to want to flush these lines. They sell a trans flush kit that you could use at Advanced in Napa. You're going to hook it to a line and let it just basically go in one line and out the other line until it comes out clear. Drain that, then we're going to go underneath and work on the rack. You may or may not have a fluid extractor. This is how mine is. Stand on here, put the line in there, and then you pump. And it'll literally take the fluid out. Alright, take the wheels off. That's basic. Take the wheels off, take the tie rod ends off, take the sway bar links off of up there, preferably that's how I do it. Come over here. There's a 10mm holding them two lines in. Take that out, recover it somehow. Alright, now we're going to go with a 15 and a 19. I got a 15 there, two 19s here. Don't take that one out. Two more here, 19s. Again, don't take that one out. All that does is hold the sway bar. The control arm bushing. See? These two hold the control arm bushing. Take that 15 out right there. I ain't done yet, I might be wrong, but I would say take this 13 out too for the dog bone lower motor mount. My mistake, the back four bolts were actually 18s. That's what they look like. They were actually 18s back here, these four. So I do have a stand under here, but you do not need one if you don't have one. You can manage without it. Just take your time. Take the bolts out slowly. If you have a jack and a piece of wood, it'd be great to let it drop slowly, but you can kind of hang on the ball joints. I don't recommend it, but like I said, you know, I got mine sitting on the stand. Next, right here, 1, 2, and that be it, I believe. That is it. Them two bolts and the rack will come out, and then you'll have to weasel it out that way. You're gonna have to go out the passenger side. Obviously, you're not gonna get out the driver's side because of this puppy. Right, so like I said, take these two out. They're 15s. To get this plastic clip housing off, there's a clip here. You look at the clips, they're like they grab it. So if you wanted to, you could technically take it out from the top and hang it and then get this 10 here. But that's just how I did it. It's how I did it. So to get this out of the way, we'll just roll the sway bar back. Or you'll probably be able to weasel out. But we're going to pull it out. Remember, do not turn the wheel. Remember, do not turn the steering. Leave it all set straight. Just a quickie just to show you, it will come out with the sway bar still in place. You'll wind it, just, you know, twist it backwards. It sits this way, twist it this way, and we're out. Literally, we're out. Remember what I was saying, you're going to want to flush the lines? Right now, your best chance is to buy the kit, cut the rubber hose off, jam it on this end, let it flush through here, keep a bucket underneath, hang them so they're dripping in a bucket, or put another rubber hose on it, and like I said, let it drip. Flush it out good. I'm going to get all that metal out. If you don't, they technically can void your warranty, but how do they know? Alright, look how clear that's come out. I've already done it a couple times. Alright, I guess I should have showed you it on the ground, but here's the new one about to go back in. Here's the flush kit I was telling you about. These work great. Obviously, that isn't going to fit on there. I'm just going to cut the rubber hose and stick it on one of them and flush it. Also, for your FYI, in case you don't know, it comes centered, so don't play with it. Leave it like it is. I stuck the rod off mine back right onto that when I actually laid them on the ground side by side. But what I have to tell you is, so tie rod ends aren't going to come on it. 9 times out of 10 it won't. So when you take them off, you crack this nut loose, which is usually a 22, and then you count the turns that you take this off. So one full rotation is one. You count that, and you do one side at a time, and you stick it back on, and that should give you pretty daggone close to aligned, at least to where it was. It'll get you good enough that you can drive it if it's a little off to the alignment shop. So I'm going back in with the big bolts. I'm going to stick the big plastic housing back on, stick this puppy back on, and good to go. Now we're here. You can fill it up and bleed it. Lift the car off the ground and rotate the wheels left to right. Don't clock it all the way, but left to right a couple times. That'll get most of the air out. It never fails to have an air pocket in these Fords. So if you look at my other video, it'll show you how to use the vacuum pump. So different cars, different measures. If you read this one, you put a new power steering pump in this Ford Focus 07. Give you a little procedure, and they tell you to basically don't do anything but fill it up, bring it down to 20, vacuum, and hold it for 5 minutes. And if you look, you can see it actually pulling the air bubbles. You can see it. See it? So it's sucking the air out. It says do that. Check, refill, start, crank, 180 to 360 in both directions 5 times. Turn it off, verify fluid level, remove the cap, and redo it all again if you need to. So again, we got this little contraption here. This is off an Advanced Auto radiator pressurized kit. These are really handy. Rubber hose. There is a socket in here, believe it or not, a 1/2-inch socket, because it kept collapsing this. So I put that inside, and then it's clamped down here, and it's holding the vacuum. Look, I can't pull that off. It literally is just sitting on top of there. So when I stop seeing bubbles, if it's not 5 minutes, I'm still going to go. But when I stop seeing bubbles, then I know I'm going to be good. Hope this helps somebody. 2007 Ford Focus, bleed.